you done looked at some things and you think you're not even in the game right now. Like you sitting somewhere, you're not even at practice. Hallelujah. You're not even allowed to come to practice. Hallelujah. And you just sitting there. And you sit and you wait. And you sit and you wait. And I believe that's where some of us have been as we walk through this year. Some of us have been on the bench. And we've sat back. And we just wait. And we're trying to trust God in the midst of it. In the meantime, we're trying to, Mother Caleb, shut down the narrative that's going on in our mind.
Yes, we are.
That keeps trying to convince us you're not going to get back in the game. I've been at a place where you just felt like you're just not going to get back in the game. Too much has happened. Too many people are before you. The person that's before you is doing an excellent job. Anybody? And all you're hearing all year long is how the commentators are saying this quarterback is great. This quarterback is doing some tremendous thing. Look at what he's done. And they keep reminding you over and over during the course of the year when you were substituted.
Wow, look at that. That's good.
That was his plight. This young man, he sat on the bench, and every single time the guy threw a touchdown, somewhere, somebody, one of the commentaries relived the time that he hit his worst place. Anybody? Like somebody's out here talking to you about that time that you hit that place. And can anybody just let it go? Can you just tell them, let it go? My God, I already know I did that. Why can't people let stuff go? You're already feeling it. Please, Jesus, just let it go. And so that helped me to come up with what we're going to be dealing with going into next year. Persistence.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Persistence is a necessary key for our success. It's hard. It is. And sometimes it's really challenging to convince yourself to get up again the next day. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, Marvin, to tell yourself, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this thing again. I already know people know I'm not going to be successful at this. I already know that people know that that I'm no longer that. Anybody has what you had to go through has been revealed to the public, and that's all they know about you now.
That's all. That's the truth.
And so, persistence is the... Can somebody just take a breath with me with that?
Yes.
Yeah, persistence is a tough thing, and it's one of those things that the Lord has given us to deal with this year. Because to move through next year, guess what? You're going to have it.
Yes.
And so we say, well, what is persistence? And it talks about how persistence is a trait. It's something you have to get lodged in your personality. It's you gotta get that one. That's one of the parts of who you are. You know, like I don't want you to say I'm one of those people that I know how to be 100. 100 has nothing to do with persistence.
Right.
Can somebody say amen? Persistence, though, is a personality trait that causes you to persevere or to continue to go through and to make it through whatever obstacle is in your path. So the people of God, I heard, I forget her name, Brady. Cheryl Brady. She said this. She said the people of God need to toughen up some.
Yes, she did. Amen.
Right? So the Lord gave me this word. God has a way of giving you the word that needs to be preached, and he confirms it 3 times. And the third time was when I heard her when she said, the people of God need to learn how to be persistent and start toughen up some. Like, we got to stop being these little, soft people. We have to be persistent and knowing who we are. We have to be persistent in knowing who God has called us to be. And so that's what God is causing you to be. You have to be persistent in a task, or despite your obstacles or what? Your frustration.
Come on. Amen.
To give up. 29 days left. And you still have a choice to not give up. You still have an opportunity to push past whatever obstacle has been in your way. You still have over 708 hours to do it. You don't have to stop. You don't have to lay down. You don't have to sit on the bench.
My God.
Because God is going to open up an opportunity. Can somebody say, I'm going to wait for it? I know it's coming. Can somebody just say, I know God is going to do it. I know he's going to work it out for me. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know what he's going to move. But these obstacles are not going to frustrate me. Because God is going to move it on my behalf. God is going to put me back in position again. God is going to allow me to be at the helm again.
Amen.
And I'm going to walk out the dream that I had.
Jesus, yes.
I'm not going to let this one go.
Wow.
And so I came this morning to encourage you, to tell you, don't let it go. Don't let it go. Don't think because your mistakes set you in the background. Don't think that God is not waiting for an opportunity to get you back in the game. Don't think that God has not already worked out the plans that he has for you. Don't think that God has not already made a way out of nowhere. Because he's a what? Waymaker.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And so the story goes, and we'll finish with persistent next week. I thought this was so funny. He said, my dad said the key to persistence says persistence is the key to success. So I'm going to keep giving you the wrong answer until it becomes the right answer. That was pretty funny. But he got the key.
Yes.
At some point, he's going to harass that teacher enough that she's going to say, you know what, but listen, I'm just going to go ahead because you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it'll make room for you.
Woo! Yeah. Wow. Glory! Wow. Glory to God.
Sometimes, every time the quarterback that took his place, every time he threw a touchdown, he got up and did the same thing. I was waiting for him, Brishon. At a time, Brishon and I are mad, right? We done sat and watched like game number 8, and we like, why aren't they putting him in? You know what we told him he should have done? We said he should have left and gone to another team that would use him. Why be what? Did I just give a key?
Come on, yeah.
Sometimes you can't leave, you gotta stay. Brishon and I, we mad. We sitting back, and team, we sitting back thinking, you know what though, y'all? Like, Brishon, shouldn't he have left? Brishon go, yeah, he should have left. I said, I think so too, because at least if he had gone to another team, he would have surely started.
Wow.
But this guy waited. Wow. And then yesterday, the quarterback that took his place got hurt.
Come on, man. Jesus.
What's this?
So are you saying, God, please hurt the people? No, I'm not saying that.
No.
That wasn't the point at all.
That's not the point.
But the quarterback was hurt. And who do you think got an opportunity to get in at the last 5 minutes of that game?
And in his second career.
Was it the same game or was that a different game? game. I think it was playing the same team from last year. He got back in there to redeem himself. God has this way of redeeming the time for us. God has this way of putting us right back in the same place so that we can show that we were called for this purpose.
Thank you, God.
We were called to do this. I don't care how it looks. We were created for this. He gets back at 4-point-something minutes in the game, and the first pass, he threw a touchdown. There was no way it should have happened. There was no way he should have made this one, but one of the things that worked in his favor was that he could break free and create plays, and he created a play, threw a pass, tied the game.
Jesus.
Wow. It's like, this is good. And me not really understanding what's going, I'm still saying, well, Georgia, please beat Alabama. Can somebody see? Because I'm still mad at Alabama because Alabama Alabama should have been more. What should I say? He should have been more committed to their first quarterback. That's how I felt, right? I felt, well, listen, I don't know what God is doing in him. Sometimes we're getting caught up, but God is building him up in a way that greater than what if God had not built him up this whole year of him being on the bench, he would not have known how he was supposed to trust God. That's why I don't get caught up with what goes on inside this space, because we're staying in the place and we're still in the fight, and we're still going to do what God has told us to do. And eventually, just tell somebody, eventually, you're going to look out, and God is going to open the floodgates. And so he threw the first touchdown. The other coach called one of the most dumb plays you ever would think of, and he gave them good field position.
Wow.
And the second he got back in there, he threw another touchdown.
Wow.
They became one touchdown over a lead of one touchdown over the other team. And they only had a minute and some seconds left.
Wow.
And their defense was able to keep them. So at the end, they're interviewing him. The coach is crying. So I tried to figure out, why was the coach crying? Number one, he was crying because he didn't realize they were going to win this one. He thought this was for a championship. He thought this one had eluded him.
This one.
When that quarterback went out, that goes to that lets you know you ain't the only one that's in play.
That's right.
Sometimes you get caught up into thinking you the only one. You ain't the only one in play. God got somebody else that's ready to And so he stepped in. They win. They interviewed the coach. The coach is more emotional than I've ever seen him. Like, I've never seen him this emotion. But I'm wondering if he's thinking back.
Right. That's right.
I'm wondering if maybe a thought in his mind is, now suppose this guy had left. Just suppose he wore. Sometimes if you don't work through your anxiety or what it is that you're going through, you still won't be productive when you find an opportunity.
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes you can be so caught up in your anger that when God opened up the opportunity, your anger then causes you not to succeed.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Sometimes. But because he processed during the whole year, they interviewed him a whole year. You know what he said? I just put my faith in God.
Hey, God, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
They said, well, how do you feel about this moment? He said, I knew it was coming because I had faith.
I had faith.
I had faith in God. I wonder if there's anybody in my conclusion that can yell out, I got faith in God.
I got faith in God.
And that you're going to be persistent in this thing. And you're not going to get frustrated with things that are happening in your life. Because there are obstacles there. And they have come to put you on the bench. But can you still find your faith in God while you're on the bench? Can you find your faith in God when you're not pray.